Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. The details coming up. First up, the student who won the most grade 1s in this year's CSEC exams is being viewed by CXC as Dominica's most outstanding student. Danisha Langley of the Portsmouth Secondary School topped the merit list in Dominica for the May-June 2017 CSEC exams. She is also a top performer in the physical education and sports exams in the region. Her parents received her award on her behalf since she is in the United States for school purposes.
I'm so overwhelmed that I haven't got words to say it, but Danisha really worked. She really worked and she deserved it. And I know the Lord is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him, and Danisha is a diligent seeker of the Lord. She's not on island right now. She wished she could be there, but she's very happy, and it didn't come by a shock or a surprise. She always tell me, Mommy, I know that what I did, I'm going to get a good result out of it.
Hurricane Maria has caused Danisha to leave the island for the U.S. as she prepares to sit an entry exam to get into college there. She started studies at Dominica State College in September.
She's in the States right now wanting to go to college because she's waiting and she's anxious. Danisha cannot stay not doing anything. So right now she's feeling, because she wants to go to school. Now is her time for school. She says she just wants books. So, so she's overseas. If you don't work out, she'll get back if it opens, but she wants to go to school. That is her cry right now.
Adriel Yankee of Convent High School is the second overall outstanding achiever. Delman Willis of St. Mary's Academy, who ranked number 3, is the only male overall achiever from Dominica. In the 4th and 5th positions are Terry Ansem and Nia Liverpool of the Convent High School.
It was a tough journey, but we pushed through and we persevered, and I'm thankful to God for guiding us all and giving us the strength and making us dedicated and commitment to these examinations. And I'm just happy to be here, and I feel accomplished, and I hope that for all of us the journey is not over and we only achieve more as we go on.
Delman's sister, Jana, also ranked as a top performer in the sciences. Their father says they have always been focused in schoolwork.
I don't know what I did to deserve that, but God has blessed me. And so I will take these blessings and ask Him to continue to bless my kids, not necessarily me.
Meantime, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Chandler Hyacinth, says the top students at the CSEC exams are not only ranked by the quality of their grades.
The students are selected not just on the number of subjects they have done. There must be a combination of subjects. In that subject choice, there must be some subjects that must be there. You must have an art subject. You must be in the humanities. You must have your math, your English. You must have sciences. You must have a tech voc type subject. You must have in the profile of your subjects. You must have certain subjects. So it's not just the number of subjects, but certain subjects must be among those subjects. And then in the profile for each grade, each subject for your grades, there must be A's in those profiles. And even for the A's, you have different levels of A's. Okay? So sometimes that's why sometimes when we give the results, we say the child with the top number of CXEs, not necessarily the top ranking child.
Dominican students also ranked in the top 10 among subject areas.
These are students and their subject areas in which they excelled are Annie Fu Hyang from the St. John's Academy. She ranked 4th regionally in office administration. Danisha Langley from the Portsmouth Secondary Schools ranked number 1 in the region in physical education and sports. In physical education and sports, of the top 10 students regionally, 5 were Dominicans. Number 1 is Danisha, as I said. We also have Westmore Tulloch from the Cassibru Secondary School. We have Rachel Seraphine from the Dominica Grammar School. Caleb Tousse from the Dominica Grammar School. and Dwayne Roberts Jr. Lawrence from the Portsmouth Secondary School. In the subject of family and resource management, technical, Jose Fanny Dralexis Bello Feliz from the Portsmouth Secondary School ranked number 9.
In other news now, residents living near the Kubuli plant at Snog Corner had to temporarily leave their homes on Friday as experts tried to rid the building of ammonia. Ammonia has been in use in breweries in Europe for over 100 years. Breweries use ammonia cooling to bring their energy consumption down and reduce their environmental impact by using a natural cooling agent. Health officials here were taking no chances and therefore requested that nearby residents leave home for some time during the day. There has also been concern over the impact of any chemicals getting into the river which runs through the community. The experts brought in to correct the ammonia situation at Kubuli are from the United States. Health officials say the 12-hour procedure used to degrade and neutralize the ammonia is internationally accepted.
A couple of weeks after Hurricane Maria, we were informed, questionable ways, but informed nonetheless, as to the presence of ammonia at the old Kubuli factory. I think the damage would be the river would have passed through the plant, plus a few slides, etc. But we were ensured that the ammonia at the factory would be safe in contained tanks. Of course, the DBBL, Dominica Beverage and Brewery Limited, I think I have that correct, would have assured us that they would be doing periodical checks, monitoring the presence of ammonia in the immediate area. Up to about a week ago, there was no measured ammonia in the area. But about a week ago, they noticed that there was this ammonia, this small leakage, which unfortunately has been increasing on a daily basis. So here we were caught between the devil and the dark blue sea, and something had to be done. So they would have engaged, that is the DBBL, would have engaged a highly specialized team from mainland USA and Puerto Rico to come up with a plan to get rid of this ammonia, because this ammonia cannot remain there, because God forbid, and I think to make matters worse, the site of the leak hasn't been identified. So they're saying that while they assured us that the leak is not coming from the contained system and it could be residual in their piping system, because I think the ammonia is being used for refrigerants, etc., for the cooling system, they still haven't been able to physically or visibly identify that particular leak.
Environmental Health Department says they were aware of the chemicals at Dominica Brewery 4 weeks ago.
They came and they said that they would need transportation to transport it to Belfast. However, we said that if we were going to transport, there were logistics, and we would definitely have to involve the police and the fire people, because environmental health would not be able to really arrange for transportation or do the necessary monitoring. So it would have to be a team effort. The gentlemen left the island. We did not hear from them again until from an environmental health standpoint, we didn't hear from them again until we knew of the emergency situation. We are diluting it to a stage where it's not going to affect. The thing is, it's an irritant, and it would irritate our lungs. So we would get things like burn blisters through our respiratory system. So we would get blisters on our respiratory tract, and all of that go down maybe to our lungs. So that would have been the concern if we have a pH of above 8. So because at 14, that is what it would cause. So that was the reason why we asked that the pH be brought down to at least 8, so that we know at 8 it would not really affect the population. And they wanted to use 9. They wanted to bring it down to 9, but we wanted them to use 8 because we were trying to protect the organisms in the river. So we would not get any fish krill or any of our other minute organisms that are in the environment of the river. What is happening is contained in the building. Okay, what was the concern and why we had to really rush into doing it today at short notice is because we had started seeing an increase in the amount of ammonia in the air within the facility. Okay, we did not have a problem. We have not seen a problem in the environment outside. But within the building, when the gentlemen came and they realized, because the thing is, Even if you have a liquid ammonia, anytime it escapes to the air, it turns into gas. The gas is colorless, so we will not see it, but it has a pungent odor, so you would actually smell it. Okay, if it mixes with the as I said, the acid chemicals that we have there, it can really cause a kind of something almost like an explosion, you know. So we needed to get rid of it. The pipelines that it was used as the refrigerant for the products that they were manufacturing. Because we couldn't officially say that we had a leak because we were not seeing a leak. However, we felt that because the ammonia remained so long in the pipeline, it must have affected the valves and so in the pipeline. So we had small leaks because we saw an increase in the amount of ammonia that was being released in the building itself. So that is one of the reasons we could not wait so that it might end up getting out in the atmosphere and affect the communities that was really living close to Kubuli.
The Environmental Health Department has also carried out an assessment of other companies in an effort to evaluate their status and provide the necessary advice. There was also some inconvenience to commuters traversing the vicinity of the brewery in the course of the day. And now, leading telecommunications giant Cable and Wireless has continued with its theme of connecting communities and changing lives as it observed Mission Day on Thursday.
It was a joyful day for staff and residents of Chances in Jimmet as they benefited from the generosity of Cable and Wireless Communications, parent company for Flow Dominica, on Thursday. Thursday was seen as Mission Day, and traditionally, Mission Day focuses on a charity or a cause in a cable and wireless market. This year, however, the emphasis is on fundraising initiatives for Cable and Wireless Charitable Foundation to help the markets most affected by Hurricanes Irma and Maria. In Dominica, the focus was on reducing the load of one organization that caters to vulnerable children in society, and that organization is Chances in Jimmet. Flow Dominica held the Chances in 4 major ways, namely through the donation of a fridge, donation of food and water, donation of school supplies, and cleaning the ground floor of that facility. CEO of Cable and Wireless Communications, John Reed, says that the company is committed to its motto of connecting communities, transforming lives.
Connecting communities and transforming lives is important, but I'll tell you as well, what was amazing to me was after the hurricane, the two, after Irma then Maria, the sense of outpouring of what a company means was demonstrated from every country across the Caribbean and also in Latin America and in Denver and in London. The support that I think the company demonstrated, from each person to what they gave to the company that supported, I think, the various initiatives, was just, I think it reinforced what we all like to think about a company, and that is something that goes beyond making money and putting service in homes and businesses. It's about the people that we interact with every day, and it's the communities that we serve. So to me, that was probably one of the best days I've had as a Cable and Wireless employee, and I've been an employee for a couple of years now, 2.5 or so. But it's been as tough as it's been. I'll tell you, I've never felt prouder, and I'm proud of what you represent, all the work that you've done. I can tell you that we think about you often, and I will also tell you that every 2 weeks I have a call with the CEO of Liberty, Mike Freeze, and we always start off with how are each of the countries doing. And so we give him an update. I have one again on Monday with him, and he'll want to know. We'll go through the various countries and where the countries are, not just in terms of the services up. How's the power restoration? You know, how's the economy coming back? How's the community coming back? So you're never, even though the hurricane, we're 8 or 10 weeks past that, you're very much top of mind to all of us across this company.
Managing Director of Chances, Ava Roach, says that the help from Flow Dominica is seen as a blessing for the facility.
I mean, with children, the roof being gone, everything, their peace, their joy, everything being taken away, and yet they were so very good. I cannot not speak about my staff. I cannot not speak about my staff because we had staff members working for 7-8 days straight, morning and night, because they could not move anywhere, and they stayed committed to taking care of the children. They have done a great job. All right, so while they have done a great job, and I'm happy to see so many persons from Flow hear this happen, those who chartered the flight to come in and to do service for the people, the children of Dominica, I am very grateful. I never thought we would have got so much done this afternoon. The complete bottom of the building, you all must go and see when you know what you all did. It's clean, smelling good. Everybody went up in the bushes, pulled things away. Although I do not want the children to forget the experience of Maria, but at least when they get out, they don't have to look and see the galvanized and everything that would remind them of September 18th. So again, I want to say a big thank you for the refrigerator, water, food supplies. We are truly grateful for it. And as you said, this is not the beginning, it's not halfway, a continued relationship with Flo.
General Manager Flo Dominica says that despite the impact of Hurricane Maria on the island, the company is committed to helping the communities.
We all accept that September 18th certainly transformed the way all of us live on this beautiful country of Dominica. The level of devastation Hurricane Maria left us is unprecedented. We have never seen that level of devastation as a country. But one thing, even her 200 miles per hour wind didn't shift us away from, is our absolute commitment to connecting our communities and transforming the lives of our people. As an organization, I mean, we were not spared the devastation and the impact of Hurricane Maria. We live in the community. We are still, quite frankly, digging through the rubble and still clearing some of the debris from the devastation of Hurricane Maria. But certainly we feel as an organization we have a bigger responsibility. We need to make that difference. And from all our observations, being here today, I think, was just the right thing to do on our mission day. I am absolutely proud to be part of this organization. And we've been part of this community for over 140 years. And we certainly set out to make a difference. We do not only do it by providing telecommunication services, but we have consistently invested a significant chunk of our resources into making our people better and transforming the lives of our people, our communities, and our country. And as I've said at the start, there's nothing that the Hurricane Maria can do to dilute that passion and that commitment for people and our country.
And those were scenes from a ceremony in Chances in Jimmet as Cable and Wireless Communications celebrated Mission Day on Thursday. Reporting for Channel 5 News, I am Andrea Louis.
In more news now, a public sector stakeholder recommends what can be done in the aftermath of Hurricane Maria.
According to General Secretary of the Public Service Union, the focus should be on replenishing skilled people and working in unity in this post-Maria era.
Again, the task ahead of us is indeed a tremendous one. And I believe no matter how well you do, if you are able to bring people together, you're going to achieve more. I believe the time is right when we should set our pride aside. Whatever we may have experienced in the past, that is government, opposition, NGOs, and so on, the religious organizations, whatever the differences may have been in the past, I believe there should have been, or there should be, a determined effort to bring people together. At the end of the day, recovery is not how green the country looks. That is not so. The recovery effort must involve what steps we are going to take to minimize the effect of another storm, another hurricane, or it may be any form of disaster, volcano, earthquake, or whatever it is. These things are very, very important to us. Recovery to me is one where we go on a campaign to make sure that we get rid of this selfish attitude that some of us have and to agree that we all must and should be involved in the recovery process. I spoke at some of the media houses about some of the things that we can do to really deal with the situation. We look at our agriculture, for example. I believe at some point maybe more attention, I'm convinced that more attention will be paid to agriculture. But that is very, very important. And we go around Roseau. Who are the people we see selling agricultural produce. It's the Haitians. Dominicans are not really involved. That is something that is of concern to me. What are we going to do as a country to get people involved in productive agricultural activities? That is very important. We look at the private sector, and the private sector was hit a very, very hard blow. Not only by the hurricane, but people went and loot those places. I believe that there are some private sector companies that will never come back. What are we doing as a country, at least to provide them with a bailout? Now, we may have as a country to look at the resources that are available to us. Look at the revenue we use to generate normally, what it is now. What is that the country is losing, what amount doesn't come to the treasury anymore. Look at the whole question of the CBI, how much money we have on hand. How much of that CBI money is already committed to do whatever. And look at the assistance we have been getting from other agencies, other countries, donor agencies and countries. What are we going to use it for? And is there any money that can be used to assist those business places? Because I don't think Dominicans are really looking at the implications of a number of things. For example, unemployment. How many people are going to become unemployed as a result of those business places shutting down? So we have to look at that. I'm not hearing enough attention, or I'm not seeing any attention being given to that. To that. And that is an area I would really want government to give some attention to. The whole question of migration, when we heard of the number of people who have left this country, as a country, as a people, we have to seriously think of the implication that this is going to have on the country for its future development. Before Hurricane Maria, we know that this country was suffering from the unavailability of a number of skills. I believe it has gotten worse. At what point are we going to sit and to assess the situation and to find out, to have an idea of what category of people, of workers, have left this country? How many skilled people, how many unskilled people? How is it going to affect our redevelopment or reconstruction of our country? How is it going to impact on education? How is it going to impact on health? I believe these are the kind of issues we should be talking about. And as a country, stop wasting time through the media and other means attacking each other and throwing mapui and so on. It is sickening, and I am saying that it is time we stop those things. And if anybody has the interests of this country at heart, I believe what we should be talking about is the whole question of unification. I believe the majority of Dominicans have not yet seen or understood the magnitude of damage that has been done by this country, by this hurricane, sorry. Because even when I go out and I see the number of houses, I move from village to village, and every time I go to a particular village, I am shocked and surprised at certain things that I see. Just recently, for example, I went to Cherkol, and I was surprised to see how houses would just collapse.
Meantime, later outlined the plans for the union for the next triennium.
First of all, when we look at what we have just concluded, I am very happy that public officers have expressed their satisfaction, and not only public officers, but even throughout the region. Yesterday, I got no less than 4 messages from my colleagues throughout the region complimenting the union on the way we were able to conclude negotiation. That is the double bubble for public officers. And that has gone very, very well. I believe it has come at a right time when public officers are in need of that money to rebuild their homes and to purchase certain important things that they may need. And I wanted to thank God for giving us the inspiration and the guidance that we could have gone the way that we went, and we could have signed that agreement the time that we did. It was just the right time, and I don't take the praises, I give it to the Almighty. In terms of negotiation for the next triennium, we are gathering data. I have started gathering data, and we are putting things together so that very soon, maybe at least early as next year, sometime in January, we can call our members together and we can discuss our proposals, get suggestions from them, get recommendations from them. As to what we are thinking of, I have not yet arrived at the figure. I'm just putting data together.
And that was General Secretary of the Public Service Union. Reporting for Channel 5 News, I am Kenny Williams.
This has been the Channel 5 News. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Join us next time.